Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hare Rama Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Radha Madhava Jaya Pralana Singha Jaya Pralana Singha Pralana Singha Jaya Pralana Singha Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत्सु श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय स्वरूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ श्री गोस्वामी प्रभु की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyāsam tato jairmudirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलंगयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So I would like to take the opportunity to welcome all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are assembled here to discuss from the chapter Parīkṣit cursed by a Brahmana boy from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 18, text 16. So just please repeat after me. Text 16 is only there on the board. Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ parīkṣid Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ parīkṣid Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ parīkṣid yenāpavargākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ yenāpavargākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ yenāpavargākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ parīkṣid yenāpavargākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ jñānena vaiyāsaki-śabditena jñānena vaiyāsaki-śabditena bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam jñānena vaiyāsaki-śabditena bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam jñānena vaiyāsaki-śabditena. Someone can recite. Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ parīkṣid bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam. Like to recite anyone? Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ parīkṣid adabhra yenāpavargākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ jñānena vaiyāsaki-śabditena bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam. Mothers. Bhagavataḥ parīkṣid apavarga-ākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ. Yena vaiyāsaki-śabditena bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam. Word to word meaning. Saha, he, vai, certainly, mahā-bhāgavataḥ, first class devotee, Parīkṣit, the king, yena, by which, apavarga-ākhyam, by the name of liberation, adabhra, fixed, buddhiḥ, intelligence, jñānena, by knowledge, vaiyāsaki, the son of Vyāsa, śabditena, vibrated by, bheje, taken to, khaga-indra, Garuḍa, the king of the birds, dhvaja, flag, pāda-mūlam, soles of the feet. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki. O Sūta Gosvāmī, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Mahārāja Parīkṣit, whose intelligence was fixed on liberation, attained the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of Garuḍa, the king of birds. Those topics were vibrated by the son of Vyāsa, Śrīla Śukadeva. So, please repeat the translation. O Sūta Gosvāmī, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Mahārāja Parīkṣit, whose intelligence was fixed on liberation, attained the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of Garuḍa, the king of birds. Those topics were vibrated by the son of Vyāsa, Śrīla Śukadeva. Purport. There is some controversy amongst the students on the path of liberation. Such transcendental students are known as impersonalists and devotees of the Lord. The devotee of the Lord worships the transcendental form of the Lord, whereas the impersonalist meditates upon the glaring effulgence or the bodily rays of the Lord, known as Brahma Jyoti. Here in this verse, it is said that Mahārāja Parīkṣit attained the lotus feet of the Lord by instructions in knowledge delivered by the son of Vyāsadeva. Śrīla Śukadeva Gosvāmī was also an impersonalist in the beginning, as he himself has admitted in Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 1st chapter, 9th sloka. But later on he was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord and thus became a devotee. Such devotees with perfect knowledge are called mahā-bhāgavatas, or first class devotees. There are three classes of devotees, namely the prakrita, madhyama and mahā-bhāgavata. The prakrita, or third class devotees, are temple worshippers without a specific knowledge of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. The madhyama, or the second class devotee, knows well the Lord's devotees, the neophytes and the non-devotees also. But the mahā-bhāgavata, or the first class devotee, sees everything in relation with the Lord, and the Lord present in everyone's relation. The mahā-bhāgavataḥ, therefore, does not make any distinction, particularly between a devotee and non-devotee. Mahārāja Parīkṣit was such a mahā-bhāgavata devotee because he was initiated by a mahā-bhāgavata devotee, Sūta Gosvāmī. He was equally kind even to the personality of Kali, and what to speak of others. So there are many instances in the transcendental histories of the world of an impersonalist who has later become a devotee. But a devotee has never become an impersonalist. This very fact proves that on the transcendental steps, the step occupied by a devotee is higher than the step occupied by an impersonalist. It is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita 12.5 that persons stuck on the impersonal step undergo more sufferings than achievements of reality. Therefore, knowledge imparted by Sūta Gosvāmī unto Mahārāja Parīkṣit helped him attain the service of the Lord. And this stage of perfection is called apavarga, or the perfect stage of liberation. Simple knowledge of liberation is material knowledge. Actual freedom from material bondage is called liberation. Actual freedom, okay. But attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord is called perfect stage of liberation. Such a stage is attained by knowledge and renunciation, as we have already explained, Bhagavatam 1-12. And perfect knowledge, as delivered by Śrīla Śukadeva Gosvāmī, results in the attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord. Thus, in the translation purport, in connection with Parīkṣit cursed by a Brahmana by his divine grace, Abhay Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. So before that I speak anything, I would like to beg for the mercy of all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So as per my qualification, I don't have any qualification to sit here and speak glories of the Lord, but as a service, I'm just having told to sit. So please bless this unqualified soul so that he could speak some worthy thing for my purification and glorification and satisfaction of Supreme Lord and Vaishnavas and Acharyas. Om ajnānatimirandhasya jnānāñjana-śalākaya chakshurunmīlitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. Shri Chaitanya manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhūtale swayam rupa kadamayyam dadati swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So the context, what's going on here is Parīkṣit Maharaj confronted with personality of Kali, and we see that different rewards and punishments has been given to Kali. So we know that what punishment, ultimately there is no such punishment given, but rewards were given, that Kali will stay at 5 places, and then Śrīla Sūta Gosvāmī goes ahead telling that, so all the saintly devotees, they should refrain visiting those 5 places, like accumulation of too much wealth, and intoxication, gambling, meat eating and illicit sex, right? And then Sūta Gosvāmī is being again asked by rishis. Sūta Gosvāmī tells that I have told whatever you had been asked, I have told to you about Parīkṣit Maharaj. But still, Saunakādi rishis are asking that please tell more and more about Parīkṣit Maharaj. So Parīkṣit Maharaj, who is Parīkṣit Maharaj? Śrīla Sūta Gosvāmī. Śrīla Sūta Gosvāmī is being asked by Saunakādi rishis that please describe those topics of the Lord by which Mahārāja Parīkṣit, whose intelligence was fixed on liberation, and who attained the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of Garuḍa, the king of birds, those topics were vibrated by the son of Vyāsa, Śrīla Śukadeva. So Savai mahā-bhāgavataḥ Parīkṣit. So Parīkṣit Maharaj is called here mahā-bhāgavata. And he got apavarga. Apavarga means mukti, liberation. So he got liberation by the knowledge given by vaiyāsaki, Śrīla Śukadeva Gosvāmī. And what he got out of that? He got the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, whose chariot, upon the chariot the flag is there, and on that flag there is print of khagendra, Garuḍa. So the question can be asked that jñānena, yenāpavargākhyam adabhra-buddhiḥ. So by the knowledge what happened? Parīkṣit Maharaj got bhakti, or the lotus feet of the Lord. But we had been understanding, we had been knowing that jnana is fully dependent upon bhakti. Bhakti is perfectly independent. So what is that jnana? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur tells that jnana is not that ordinary jnana which the impersonalists they always advocate. So that jnana is transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Transcendental pastimes of the Lord is the jnana. And what is that apavarga? This apavarga is nothing but service to the lotus feet of the Lord. That's called Bhagavata Dharma. And the person who practices, he is called Bhagavata. Srimad Bhagavata. Yeah, we can say the Vyakti Bhagavata. So here, Parīkṣit Maharaj is called to be mahā-bhāgavataḥ, whose intelligence is fixed upon liberation. So what is the liberation is that? That is a special liberation, vimukti, vishesh rupena muktihi. So that is getting the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. His name is khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam. So about Bhagavata Dharma, what is that Bhagavata Dharma? It's mentioned in 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, 32 sloka onwards, that how Bhagavata Dharma has been explained by Nava-yogendras. So Nava-yogendras were 9 brothers, always together, roaming around and preaching, glorifying the Lord. And they are none other than 9 sons of, anybody know? Rishabdev, 9 sons of Rishabdev. Exactly. So 9 sons, actually Rishabdev had 100 sons. So one son is, we know, very famous son, Bharat. What his name is? Bharat Maharaj. Yeah. So, and 9 of other sons also become the assistant of Bharat Maharaj, king. And the 9 sons becomes mahā-bhāgavatas. So they were Nava-yogendras. And rest 81 sons became karma-kandi brahmanas. So 81, majority of them became like. So these 9 were always together, like we see 10 prachetas were always together, 4 chatuskumaras always together. So those who are Bhagavata, they always remain together, right? Bhagavata, they always remain together, and what they do? So that's mentioned. What is Bhagavata Dharma? So Narad Muni is being asked by Vasudeva. Vasudeva means father of Krishna. Narad Muni, when Lord Sri Krishna was there in Dwarka, always used to visit Dwarka and he used to spend good amount of time in Dwarka. Why? Because there is perfect place to stay there. Like devotees always like to be in dhams, right? So why? Because always there is glorification of the Lord happening in Dwarka. So once he went to Vasudeva's chamber, not chamber, in the house, and there Vasudeva is asking that my life is spoiled. I got attached with my son, and his name is Krishna. And because of that, I couldn't worship nicely. Narad Muni is scratching his head. What you are telling? So people around the world, they are asking for that position of being the father of Supreme Lord, and you are telling, no, I got into material attachment. Actually, this is a material attachment. So please tell me about Bhagavata Dharma, so that I could understand. Then I will, whatever little time is left, I will do some Bhagavata Dharma. I will worship the Lord nicely, right? So this is another type of Yogamaya works here. So Narad Muni tells, okay, a similar type of question was asked by King Nimai to Navayogendras. So I will tell that. A similar type of question was asked. So King Nimai is a king of Mithila, Videha. So one of the Navayogendras, his name is Kavi, he tells about what is called Bhagavata Dharma. Manne कुतश्चिद अभयम अच्युतस्य पदाम भुजोपासन मत्र नित्यम उद्विग्न बुद्धेर सदात्म भावा दुषात्मना यत्र निवर्तते भी. I consider that one whose intelligence is constantly disturbed by his falsely identifying himself with the temporary material world can achieve real freedom from fear only by worshipping the lotus feet of the infallible Supreme Lord. In such devotional service, all fear ceases entirely. The first thing is that people around the world are fearful of everything, right? They're fearful of their family, they're fearful of their career, they're fearful of their future, whatever future it is. So they are always fearful. For them, the remedy, what is the purpose, what is the cause, what is the hetu of rendering this Bhagavata Dharma, that anybody who performs Bhagavata Dharma, he can immediately be out of all those fear. So this is what we see. Parīkṣit Maharaj had been cursed. You will die in 7 days. And where he is cursed? He is cursed in his own kingdom. Can you imagine? An emperor is there and in his own kingdom somebody curses him. What will happen now if somebody curses? He will be punished. But he accepts it. He is perfectly fearless. Asking questions as if so many days and so many months and years are there. Like if something happens to us, like somebody tells that after 7 days, Prabhuji, your time is over. Then how much anxiety will be there in our heart? But very nicely hearing all the pastimes of the Lord and asking most relevant questions to Sūta Gosvāmī. So this is the first thing that happens by rendering service to the Lord, Bhagavata Dharma, that one become fearless. There cannot be any type of complaint. Prabhuji, I am feeling so much distress. My blood pressure has increased. Devotees going to hospitals, complaining to doctors. Prabhu, please see, what is the problem with me? No. That cannot happen. If somebody performs Bhagavad Dharma truly, there will not be at all any fear. That's the first thing, first symptom of Bhagavad Dharma. Then the definition of Bhagavad Dharma, Kavi says, Ye vai bhagavata prokta upaya hyatma ballabdaye anjah punsam vidusham vidhi bhagavatan ahitan. Even ignorant living entities are very easily come to know the Supreme Lord if they adopt those means prescribed by the Supreme Lord Himself. The process recommended by the Lord is to be known as Bhagavata Dharma, or devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So for Bhagavad Dharma, what is the qualification? Is nothing. What is the qualification to perform Bhagavad Dharma? Is nothing. Only thing is that you should have at least human form of life, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 2 ears, tongue, and all the active bodily limbs should be okay, right? And even the person is agyaha, you do not know anything. Avidusham. Vidusham means learned people. Avidusham means foolish guy. That person also, he can attain to the topmost perfection of the lotus feet of Krishna by this Bhagavata Dharma. And this is the definition of Bhagavata Dharma, Kavi says, which is given by Krishna himself, where he has given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We have read it. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam vaisheshi satyam te pratijane priyoshime. Manmana bhava, think about me. Mad bhakto, become my devotee. Thinking about Krishna is not so easy, right? For a devotee like us also. As soon as we start chanting the holy name, we start thinking of anything other than Krishna. Immediately starts coming, right? Manamana bhava. Then you can become my devotee. Try to become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru. Pay obeisances unto me. And this is I am telling because you are most dear to me. Pratijane. Pratijane means I take the vow that any person who does so, he will return to me, there is no doubt. Pratijane priyoshime, because you are so very dear to me. So this is called Bhagavata Dharma. Then Kavi proceeds ahead telling, Yanasthaya naro rajan pramaddet karhichid dhavan nimilyavan etre na raskhalena pate diha. Telling, O king, one who accepts this process of Bhagavata Dharma, devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will never blunder on his path in this world. He will never do any blunder. Like there are many blunders keep happening with the people. But anybody does Bhagavata Dharma, he will never commit any blunder. There will never be any perilous situation in his life. And what he says again, even while running with eyes closed, he will never trip or fall. So, if somebody is running and you just close his eyes and tell him, Prabhuji, please run and reach to kitchen for prasadam. Right? Devotees will surely go and land up at prasadam kitchen. Yeah. They know it. Where to do Bhagavata Dharma. So a person who is doing Bhagavata Dharma, even the 2 eyes are closed and he runs, he will not fall down. What an assurance. Even foolish person can also do it. So what is this 2 eyes closed? Doesn't know anything. No knowledge for Suti, no knowledge for Smriti. But he performs a Bhagavata Dharma. What is the Bhagavata Dharma? This is what? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayashyati tadaham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Simple things has to be offered to the Lord. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Anybody can offer. And he can attain the perfection, the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. This is called Bhagavata Dharma. With devotion somebody offers, right? So not other things. I mean, things as it is. Then it's Bhagavata Dharma. So for the pleasure of Lord, the bhakti is a word everywhere it's coming is very, very important. Tadaham bhakti upahritam. That's called. Not like I like to have pizza. And pizza is vegetarian, there is green dot and green rectangle. But is there any factor of bhakti? If there, it's bravo, please proceed ahead. But no, the Krishna tells, okay, offer everything in the original form at least. Original form is patram, puspam, phalam, toyam. And mixing it with all the stuff. And we create so many varieties, of course. But the main factor is bhakti. It doesn't mean that we don't take those things. But thing is that bhakti is very, very important. Then Kavi proceeds ahead telling how to perform that devotional service. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana vanusrita svabhavat karoti yat yat sakalam parasmai narayanati samarpayetat. So he tells, in accordance with the particular nature one has acquired in conditioned life, whatever one does with body, words, mind, senses, intelligence or purified consciousness, one should offer to the Supreme, thinking this is for the pleasure of Lord Narayana. So this is the way one should offer. What one should offer? Particular nature. Everybody have a different nature. Somebody is of a Brahminical nature, somebody of the Kshatriya nature, right? Somebody having different types of nature, somebody mixed nature, very difficult to understand. But whatever nature is there, one can offer his activities for the pleasure of the Lord also. That's why Lord Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yat karoshi, yat juhosi, yadasnasi, dadasi, yat tapassasi, tat kurushamadharpanam. Offer that everything to me. It's not like one need to immediately has to come. Okay, unless I become perfectly in mode of goodness, I will not do Bhagavad Bhakti or Bhagavad Dharma. Everybody can do. Then he tells, with the body, whatever body was got, whether we have got human form of life or elephant form of life, the bird form of life, anybody can do so. Human form of life, at least we can try it because it's easy in human form of life to do. Otherwise, if you get dog form of life and you are thinking that, okay, I would like to go and attend Mangalarti, maybe the guards will not allow us, right? And sometimes it happens that devotees, they fall down in dog forms of life. And they want to go, many times they want to attend Mangalarti. Into their voice they howl, Sansar Davanalli, they go, oh, like this, but nobody understands what is, and they are chased away by the guards. Do not allow it in temple. So in human form of life is opportunity to attain to the lotus feet of Krishna when everything is perfect. Doesn't require any big scholarship, doesn't require anything as if like one has to become PhD, then only we will be able to do bhakti. No. Whatever nature we have acquired, in that nature we can. Then words. Glorification of the Lord. Singing for the Lord. Anybody can do it. Whatever voice he has got. As if not like this Prabhuji is singing so nicely. Oh, if I would have got that type of voice, I also would have been sang. For the pleasure of the Lord, anybody can sing. Right? Like there is in this connection, there is a story of Bhimsen. Bhimsen has a very stout body, very powerful guy, but he couldn't sing nicely. And Arjun was hero everywhere. Arjun can sing nicely, Arjun can play mirdanga nicely, Arjun can even dance nicely. He was perfect everywhere. Bhima was thinking that this fellow, my younger brother Arjun, is so smart, he is so pleasurable to the Lord. But what I am, see, I doesn't know anything. Doesn't know anything means his conditioning is such that he can only do one thing. He can just wheel around the club and he can smash the head of anyone. But he does it for the service, right? So one day he thought that let me practice at least. Practice makes a man perfect. So practicing will do. So what he did, on the main gate of Hastinapur, he told some trainers, musical trainers, please come and please teach me something, please teach me how to sing nicely. So he started actually practicing. And he started practicing in a way that it was very much annoyable and it was very disturbing because on the main gate he is doing it. Can you imagine when Bhima roars, Bhima speaks, and it's like breaking the heart. And nobody can speak anything because Bhima is Bhima. Yudhishthira Maharaj is Dharmaraj. Arjun what is the value of Arjuna? Arjuna cannot go and tell Bhima to stop it. Then everybody thought that, who will tell? Nakul Sahadeva forget about. Then all the Pandavas, they went to Draupadi, and Draupadi was asked that, can you go and tell one of your husband that he will go somewhere else and get teachings and trainings. It's little distracting. People will run away out of fear. So Draupadi somehow convinced him that no, you can go a little ahead because there could be some disturbance. Very humbly she told. So Bhima left. And he went to the ghati in the valley, and there he started getting trained up by his trainers. So he started getting this training slowly, because he has ordered it. He is one of the kings, right? So who will say that no, you cannot be successful into this effort? So what happened? There another citizen. He was what's called washerman. He has lost his donkey for 3 days. He was searching for it, and he went on the mountain that side, hilly area, and he was not finding it. So down, Bhima was roaring like anything. He was singing actually, but he was coming like a roar. So he came down, searching his donkey. Then he came to Bhima and asked that, oh my God, what happened? So he asked Bhima that actually I was searching for the donkey, but I thought my donkey sound is coming from this way. So Bhima thought, what? You thought my sound to be like of donkey? My God, that's why I think Draupadi had told me to come out from there. So I was very embarrassed. We were thinking that, oh, what a useless voice I have got. No use. Okay, anyway, forget about it. Okay, you people go away. I am going. I left. Another day, the story goes that Yudhishthira Maharaj told Bhima, do something. Come on, Mahabharata war is over. Lord is there. Please go immediately today morning and go and fetch Dwarkadhish Krishna. I want to have talk with him. So, okay. Bhima told, yeah, I will go for sure. Early morning, like a Mangal Arati time maybe. He was told. So he went ahead, yeah, I'll go. How much time it will take? That time the horses were very, very fast. Very, very fast. So in one day only they could go from Hastinapur Dwarka and come back, like that. There was no phone yet that he will call, Hare Krishna, Krishna, can you please come? That would have been better, but it was so like that. So what happened? So Bhima, he was, okay, I will go after breakfast. So he took breakfast, and somehow after breakfast, sometimes it happens, devotees would like to have some snap. So he went for just having a nap, and after that he slept for many hours. And then he forgot it. Then he forgot it. So in evening, Bhima was roaming around in the palace only. Yudhishthira saw that Bhima is still there, and Krishna had come or what? So he asking Bhima, my dear brother, did you go to Dwarka? Come back. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Oh, I really forgot. I just had breakfast and slept. Heavy breakfast it was. So I just forgot. Then Yudhishthira was very sorry. He started chastising Bhima. That what useless fellow you are. You are a very irresponsible guy. I would have told Arjuna, I immediately would have gone. Oh, why did I tell you this service? Bhima really felt very, very bad. Very bad. Like, what is the use of mine? Come on, I couldn't do anything nicely. So he went to one room and he started crying tears. He started weeping, crying tears. Crying for Krishna actually. So this is what happens. They are Bhagavatas, right? They are Bhagavatas. But having a different time of nature. And he started weeping and he started telling Krishna, Krishna, you only listen to Draupadi or what? Whenever she calls, you come. But you can you not come here by my call? So immediately what happened? He cried. He came out. And he was seeing, he went to, like, actually one of the attendee came and he tells that Bhima, Yudhishthira Maharaj is calling you. So Bhima went and he saw Krishna is there. Krishna is there in Hastinapur, that palace, and Yudhishthira is there also. So Yudhishthira more confused. Then he saw that Bhima is here, Krishna is here. This fellow told that I didn't go to Dwarka, I didn't got Krishna. So Yudhishthira asked that, Bhima, I thought you are like, you know how because started speaking lie also. What I speak lie? You told no, I didn't go to Dwarka, I didn't get Krishna. Krishna is there. And I asked Krishna, who called you? So he told that Bhima called me. So like this, then Bhima started even more crying. So this is the way the Krishna told that, Bhima, you're this voice in the room after getting frustrated by the chastisement of Yudhishthira. That cry is more melodious than that cry, what were you doing in the valley? So Bhagavat Bhakti having no bound. Anybody can perform. It's very, very simple. But problem comes when we start putting our own speculation and mental things into it. Yeah. So whatever one has acquired, like body, words, mind, senses, intelligence, purified consciousness, one should offer to the Supreme, thinking this is for the pleasure of the Lord. The Lord will surely be pleased. Surely be pleased. That's required, the sincerity of offering. Whatever we do should be offered to the Lord. So this gives so much immense pleasure that Mayavadis, they cannot sustain their position of impersonal monism. They automatically gets attracted toward the service of the Lord. This is what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in purport. So there have been many Mayavadis, impersonalists who have turned into devotees. But there is not even one record where devotee has turned into Mayavadis and impersonalists. No. Didn't happen. In our ashrama, Brahmacharya ashrama, there is one devotee who was been somewhere or another in Advaita school. He was a big sannyasi. And now the power of Bhagavad Bhakti and Bhagavad Bhakti's mellows, bliss is so much that Prabhu left that association, he joined ISKCON and he is a brahmachari now. Can you imagine? From sannyasi of that particular, and so much honor, this all stuff, but he comes down to brahmachari. We see in the history of the world, it happened from the beginning of creation. The Chatuskumaras were almost like impersonalists. They went to Vaikuntha searching out Parampad, and they somehow or other happened to fight with Jai Vijay, and after that they become sorry. Then become the devotee. Yes, what is the particular very beautiful sloka? Tasya aravinda nenasya padaravinda kinjalka mishra tulasi makaranda vayu anta gatena savirena chakaratesam akshardusam apichitta tanuvo. As soon as the breeze which was coming from the lotus feet of Narayana, which was mixed with the fragrance of tulasi, entered into the nostrils of these Chatuskumaras, what happened? Everything changed. Apichitta tanvo. Everything changed for them. They become perfect Bhagavatas, perfect devotees. So this is the glory of Bhagavata Dharma. Then we see Śukadeva Gosvāmī, as mentioned, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is a perfect impersonalist. I mean, perfect impersonal means really it means something. Not like any vagabond impersonalist roaming around here. One, everything is one. And no sadhana, nothing. Just simply speaking, everything is one. Not that impersonalist. As soon as he got out from the mother's womb, he left. That impersonalist. I don't want to have any connection with illusory energy. I don't want to go into samsara. Come on, let's go ahead. So left. So that person also was attracted by Srimad Bhagavatam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Shravanam, Vyāsa somehow tricked him through his two disciples. Glorification of the Lord's beauty, glorification of Lord's heart. How Lord is so compassionate that even He can give the transcendental abode and the position of mother to a person who actually tried to kill him. Then he immediately started attracted. And then Śukadeva Gosvāmī is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam to Parīkṣit Maharaj. And then when Mahaprabhu comes, then there is a lot many impersonalists.
in hall, what's called wholesale impersonalists were being converted into Bhagavatas, starting from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Prakashananda Saraswati, and now how many? Kashi, which was never flooded by the water like Prayag, right? It was Prayag or Yamuna. Kashi was never flooded with water of Ganga, but it was flooded by the bhakti, which was brought, the flood of bhakti by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then, after Mahaprabhu leaves, there is one very powerful Mayavadi sannyasi he came. His name was Madhusudan Saraswati. So, after Mahaprabhu leaves the planet, he comes. And he was so powerful that in those times, there was Yudhrishvi fight between Dvaita and Advaita principles. And from Madhvacharya line, there is one sannyasi, his name was Vyāsa. His name was Vyāsa. So he wrote one book. Its name was Nyāya-amrita, in which he has blasted Mayavad fully. And Mayavad was fully smashed by that book. So then Madhusudan Saraswati, he took up that book and he writes another book. All that different cancelling points, and he compiles another book. And he gives the name of that book Advaita Siddhi. And he's such a powerful guy. And one day, some or other, he was giving a speech to his tuteliers, to his students, and beside his ashram there is another ashram, and there comes an avdhut, and without speaking to anyone, he sits upon that ashram and he tells Madhusudan, do you know what are you doing? Are you still feel proud when you smash others' philosophy? This is not apavarga, this is not the perfection what you have got. Still you become disturbed. Are you still becoming disturbed when somebody gives a counter argument? Yes. So now you should go and accept Bhagavad Bhakti. Then only you can be purified. So immediately leaves and he accepts Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as his spiritual master. And he becomes a great devotee of the Lord, Madhusudan Saraswati. Can you imagine? And that person is the Madhusudan, his another name is called Madhusudan Vachaspati also. So when Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he was roaming around throughout the Navadvip, taking Śrīla Gosvāmī, and Nityananda Prabhu instructs after Navadvip Mandal Parikrama. I mean, there was only two guys in Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, Nityananda Prabhu and Jiva Goswami. Now we have thousands devotees in Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, but it started with only two. Right? So Jiva Goswami was instructed by Nityananda Prabhu, go through Kasi and meet Rupa and Sanatan in Vrindavan. And he went through Kasi, and in Kasi he accepted that same Madhusudan Vachaspati Saraswati as his Shiksha Guru in one sense, to learn all Vedic Vedantas, everything. So Bhagavad Bhakti, the Bhagavata Dharma is glorious. Anybody can perform. And it's not like it's something base, but it is the topmost. It's ever conquering, and always it will be glorious. So we should pray to Śrīla Śukadeva Goswami, we should pray to Śrīla Sanatana Goswami. Tomorrow is Śrīla Sanatana Goswami Appearance Day, Disappearance Day. And also tomorrow is also the second anniversary of Disappearance Day of His Holiness Bhakti-Charya Swami Maharaj. So we like to pray to all the great Vaishnavas. Yeah. So that we could also perform Bhagavata Dharma very staunchly. Then the world will be a better place. Yeah. Devotees should be fearless, spreading Bhagavata Dharma and practicing it. Then there will be Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to stop here. It's over to 9. Hare Krishna. Granthashman Bhagavatam ki, Śrīla Prabhupada ki. 1 minute is there if any one question, if so. Because Prabhu is also and come. I will stop here. Okay, Prabhuji. Mic.
Srila Prabhupada said that disease is cured by cleanliness, lack of anxiety, and eating right. And we never hear of him ever saying anything about wearing these masks. Like the mask, they make us breathe carbon dioxide and give severe headaches, and there's no incident of wearing the mask actually stopping corona. So is there anything in the Vedas about health that says that we should wear these masks?
Somehow I couldn't get exactly what Prabhuji is trying to say. Anybody like to paraphrase what Prabhuji has the stones?
He said, is there any evidence from the Vedas that wearing these masks it helps stop the spread of disease?
Yeah. Is there any reference in the Vedas where that by wearing mask we can counteract disease? Is that question? Is that question, Prabhuji? So far I never came across any such references, Prabhuji. Maybe other Vaishnavas. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, yes. The question, Mataji, here is that why Garuda only has been chosen by Krishna to sit upon the flag? Achha. Why Garuda has been mentioned in the verse? Oh, no other birds, because Garuda is of course king of all birds, khagendra. He is the king of all birds, and he is the carrier of Lord Vishnu, Narayanā also. So in that way, khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam. So bheje khagendra-dhvaja-pāda-mūlam. The person who takes shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And who is that Supreme Personality of Godhead? Who is having flags imprinted by Garuda. So that's called apavarga. So whenever devotees they want to come out from material miseries, they remember Garuda and Lord Narayana, who is driving the Garuda and holding the hand of devotee and pulling him out, holding a shikha of devotee and pulling him out from the material ocean. So Garuda is a very dear devotee of the Lord. That's why he is very, very dear devotee of the Lord. And very powerful. Yeah, there are so many devotees, like Hanuman is also there, but Kapit-dhvaja is cannot be told to be Krishna. Kapit-dhvaja is Arjuna. Yeah, like then there is another is called Singha-dhvaja. Singha-dhvaja is Parīkṣit Mahārāja. So like different people having a different what's called banners, right? This called branding. Nowadays we have received branding everywhere. Why like pizzeria I'm telling. Different companies having different type of things, right? By far off only you were able to see that, oh, this company's banner is there. Like Airtel, we used to be there. Then so many banks, and they have their own branding. Similarly, Krishna also there is special branding. You can immediately see him. Okay, this is there means there must be Krishna around. Sudarshan is there, Garuda is there, Krishna should be somewhere around. So this is the way to think about Krishna. So they have their own branding. So different people having different dhvaja. Krishna is having a special dhvaja, cannot be imitated by anyone. This is called Garuḍa-dhvaja. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki Gaur Premanande. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.